So something that I've got to get off my chest because I'm kind of feeling superstitious about it. Kawhi Leonard's load management, Kawhi Leonard not really playing as much already after an ACL injury and having his weird, last 5 seasons of just not playing sporadically. I think we're looking at the next Brandon Roy, where all of a sudden he has to retire due to injury and the career just comes to an abrupt stop and it absolutely ruins whatever the Clippers have been trying to do these last couple of years.
Is that your hot take?
That's a hot take. Yeah, but I'm talking like this season. Like I'm talking like this season, it's over. Like it'll happen mid-year, late in the year. He's like, I cannot continue playing professional basketball. It's done.
I'm gonna have to 100% disagree with you. I can't see how you're comparing Kawhi Leonard and everything he's achieved with Brandon Roy and everything he didn't get to achieve.
No, I'm talking about the situation. I'm talking about superstar, prime sort of status, instantly just has to walk away from the sport. That's it. That's what I'm referencing. I'm not talking their careers are not comparative at all.
So you're saying that this is his last season?
I'm saying that these are like his last games. Like it's not even the season. The season won't be coming through.
You're saying Kawhi Leonard's not going to see out this season?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's going to do a Brandon Roy. He's going to quit mid-year. He's going to have to step away from professional basketball. It'll be over. You cannot handle it.
I need to ask you for more evidence here where you come up with this hot take.
We don't have time. We don't have time to get that into whatever short we're doing here. So
no, you've got 5 to 10 minutes to.
I got 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so like if I'm still, you're going to clip them. All right, well, that's fine. So look, he's got some weird tendonitis thing, right? So he's got some weird tendonitis thing that I believe there's a medical report saying that there's degeneration of the quadriceps muscle, right? So it gets replaced with inflammation. Like the inflammation recurrently does like scar tissue damage or something like that. So his quads are just deteriorating, which makes sense because he did his ACL, which is typically done by the muscles not doing their jobs properly and then the force going to your ACL. So chronologically, it makes sense. He has the quad issue, then he gets the ACL injury, but he's been doing load management because of the pain. It causes nerve issues. Obviously he just can't explode the way that he does. And you've looked at him play. His jump shot has always been quite erratic, but you look at him currently, it's a short jump shot, which means that he's not getting lift off his legs. He's not as explosive. He can only handle 20 minutes at a time. None of these are good signs for someone who gets paid like a max player, expected to be a max player, and has just had a year and a half off. So I think there's a considerable downward trend. Brandon Roy was the same issue. His was slightly different in terms of he had degenerative cartilage in his knees. So basically every game that he played, he was just wearing his knees down more, and he got told, eventually you will not be able to walk. And he made a choice to basically step away. He tried to come back. It was unsuccessful. We're talking about a player who has notoriously not been available, right? And so the hot take basically comes out of there is nothing encouraging about Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers uniform this season, irrelevant of his individual talent. He cannot stay on the floor. He is already, I believe, 33, 34. He's getting near that age of the career. He doesn't really have much to prove at this point. 2 championships with 2 different teams, one of which is a very unique circumstance of, leading a team after a trade. He's probably got his money. He's got some endorsement deals. Surely he's through a lot of pain. Surely there's a lot of frustration that goes into that. Yes, the love of the sport carries these athletes, but I don't see it. I don't see it happening, right? I see it. And you know what? It allows a medical exception. It allows the Clippers to potentially do something to capitalize on Paul George and the rest of the players. But it's not sustainable to have a player just constantly sit out for you or constantly play half games.
How many more years is he contracted, do you know? Off the top of your head?
Let me get some actual stats here.
I don't have multiple screens here. I can't do my.
No, you're right. I've got the multiple screens. I'll get up his thing. I believe it's like either 1 or 2. He took a 2-year extension when he did the ACL.
Well, while you look that up, I'm going to have to come in defense here of Kawhi Leonard because you're basically saying that you alluded to it. He hasn't played for about a season and a half. We're about less than 10 games in this season. He's rusty as shit. And obviously his knees are still not great, but you're sort of already writing him off that he's not going to get through this season. I think that this season, anyone that drafted him from a fantasy perspective You know, it's probably going to be disappointed if they drafted him in the top, 2 or 3 rounds, because he's probably not the Kawhi of old. That's probably clear right now. He's not going to get the minutes. He's not going to get the back-to-back games. He's going to be rusty. The Clippers are a deep team, and he doesn't need to be the number 1 option. Okay, in that sense, even though Paul George sort of said he is, I think this season, look, if he can get through this season without any severe additional injuries, that's probably a success in itself. But I guess that's probably just refuting your statement here, or your take, that he's not going to get through the season. I think he'll get through this season, and then how many more seasons does he have up his in his knees? Maybe not that many left, but I don't know. I don't see it as that. So I don't know. Have you got that fact yet?
Yeah, so contracted to the 2024-2025 season. So essentially, at the end of 2025 or the middle of 2025, he is officially an unrestricted free agent. Now, that would put him at the age of 34. So I was slightly off on his age. Look, I get it. There's a lot of money to turn there. The reason why we've walked into this hot take scenario is he has all the earmarks currently of a player who, irrelevant of whatever he desires or work ethic, etc., cannot stay healthy. And it's not about taking a salary cut. It's simply just he might have to step away because it's too painful, right? The San Antonio situation, was that truly because he was unhappy, or was he having legitimate issues with his knees, right? In Toronto, he played every other game, right? The load management, we make jokes about load management, but perhaps it's actually done because he cannot sustain playing multiple times in a week, or he cannot handle high intensity basketball anymore. There is nothing encouraging about his situation at all.